Hello there, and the story ninjas in the house, bringing stories to you wherever you are. So, listening ninjas, let's see what we've got today. A new home for a pirate. So, where does a pirate belong, do you think? Sailing on the high seas? Let's find out where this little pirate wishes to go. And our story has been written by Ronda Armitage and Holly Swain. I'm ready if you're ready. So, let's settle down to story time. Well, Jed was a pirate, but he didn't enjoy it. It was a tight squeeze on the ship, and it was always bobbing about. And every day Jed was seasick. I quite understand Jed being seasick. And every night Jed dreamt of a house that stood still. Oh, poor Jed. I'm sure you can see the tight squeeze down in the bottom. Well, does Jed ever get his house or his dream house? Well, one morning, Jed announced he was leaving. I want a house that stands still, with a view from a hill and a roof that's blue like the sky. And when I found it, you can all come to stay. Splice the main brace, exclaimed his mum and dad. They'd never had a landlubber in the family, but they could see he'd made up his mind, and they liked the bit about visiting. Visiting someplace else is always good and exciting too. Well, they helped Jed pack his pirate paraphernalia in an old trunk. So what do you think a pirate would be packing in his trunk? Let's have a look. A long rope. Let's see. A clean underpants. One pirate hat. One spotted handkerchief. What else was there? A great granddad's wooden leg. And a cutlass. And one parrot. Well, a stuffed parrot. An eye patch. Pajamas. I think that's, yes, we would normally pack those into socks. And a toothbrush. And let's have a look. And chirry ho ho. Jed was ready to cycle off. Cycle off on a ship, you may say. Well, Jed came to a forest. I think they let him off on dry land. And a bird was squawking. Please, can you help? My nest is a mess. So Jed has finally found dry land, and his adventure has started. Jed scratched his head. Shiver me timbers, he exclaimed. I've got the very thing. So I'm wondering what he finds in his trunk that could help this bird. So maybe next time Jed has to shiver me timbers, you're going to help me along. Well, he took out his pirate hat. The nest fitted perfectly. Thank you, said the bird. You're a very kind pirate. Well, I'm not a pirate anymore, explained Jed. I'm looking for a new home. Well, let's have a look at our bird, all nestled in the pirate hat. I want a house that stands still, with a view from a hill and a roof that's blue like the sky. Remember Jed's dream house? Will there be a tree? Asked the bird. Of course, said Jed. Come with me. We'll look for a new home together. And off they set. They came to a field. A sheep was baaing loudly. Please, can you help me? I'm tangled in brambles. Jed scratched his head, and yes, shiver me timbers, he exclaimed. I've got the very thing. Oh, the poor sheep stuck in the brambles down below. Let's see how Jed gets to help. He took out his cutlass and sliced the sheep free. Oh, thank you, she said. You're very kind for a pirate. I'm not a pirate anymore, explained Jed. I'm looking for a new home. Let's have a look. Jed saving the little sheep out of the brambles? Well, this is what Jed said. I want a house that stands still, with a view from a hill, and a roof that's blue like the sky, with a stretching, high tree. Will there be a grassy field? Asked the sheep. Of course, said Jed. Come with us. We'll look for a new home together. And off they set. Well, they came to a high bank. An old dog lay whimpering. Please, can you help? I've broken my leg. Jed scratched his head and, shiver me timbers, he exclaimed, I've got the very thing. Did you see the poor whimpering dog? Let's have another look. And what do you think Jed found in his trunk? Jed took out his great-granddad's wooden leg and tied it on with the spotted handkerchief. Oh, thank you, said Old Dog. You're a very kind pirate. Well, I'm not a pirate anymore, explained Jed. I'm looking for a new home. Oh, let's see how helpful our Jed has been, and rather resourceful with the wooden leg and the spotted handkerchief. And this is what Jed explained. I want a house that stands still, with a view from a hill, and a roof that's blue like the sky, with stretching high tree in a field, bramble-free. Will there be a doormat? Asked the dog. Of course, said Jed. Come with us. We'll look for a new home together. And off they set. Well, what next? They came to an open gate. A red bull was tossing his horns. I want to chase you, he roared. Jed scratched his head. Yes, shiver me timbers, he exclaimed. Luckily, I've got the very thing. Jed took out the rope and hauled the bike high up into a tree. Farmer Ted came running. Shoo, 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 he shouted and chased Red Bull back into the field. Thank you, said Jed. You're very kind for a farmer. But Farmer Ted sighed. I'm not really a farmer anymore. There's only Red Bull and me. I'd rather be a pirate. Yes, that's the life for me. On a rollicking and rolling ship, on a rollicking and rolling sea. Do you find out or see in the story what I see? Old Jed sighed. I'm not a pirate anymore, not really. My friends and I are looking for a new home too. Yes, we want a house that stands still, with a view from a hill, and a roof that's blue like the sky, with a stretching high tree in a field, bramble-free, and a doormat where Old Dog can lie. Come with me, said Farmer Ted. I think I've got the very thing. Let's have a look again. What do you think the farmer has in mind? A house like mine, asked Ted. Perfect, replied Jed. A ship like mine, asked Jed. Wonderful, replied Ted. Let's swap, they said together. Some good ideas? Yes. Jed introduced Ted to his family. Ted wants to be a pirate, he explained. Can you help? Arr, they shouted. We'll show him. We're the best pirate teachers in the world. And then the pirate lessons began. Arr, me hearties, you bilge wallowing buccaneers. And so the lessons began. Pirate talk, reading a treasure map, very important for pirates, gangplank walking, cutlass class. Ted passed all the pirate tests with flying colours. The pirates were so impressed they invited him to join their mucky crew immediately. And Ted liked his new home. Harr! This is the life for me, on a rollicking rolling ship, on a rollicking rolling sea. Cheerio ho, me hearties! And Jed knew he would be a very wicked pirate indeed, or maybe a kind one too. So there we see Jed in his new house on the hill, Ted his new home on the ship. And Jed liked his new home too. Birds sang in the tree, sheep munched in the field, and old dog slept on the doormat. And yes, Jed has now found a house that stands still, with a view from a hill, and a roof that's blue like the sky. A perfect new home for a pirate, don't you think? And well, that is the end. And if you look very, very closely, you'll see what happened to the eye patch and the stuffed parrot. Do you think you want to have a look? I think so too. Right at the top of the tree. Well, before we say goodbye, just to let you know that this little book was found at my local library. So Lansdowne Library has been my place to go to ever since I was a little girl, or a little one just like you. So until next time, goodbye.